Okay, welcome back to Popouri Part 2. Timer started. Yeah, on this railing, when I left you last, I was talking about this railing right here. Well, the problem was with the balusters, I had balusters at 8 inches on center. I don't know. And that's what you get. It's kind of weird that, oh, because it's really thick and stuff. Because I made the balusters really, I made them really thick or something. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, and they're 5 inches square, and now they're this kind of stuff. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. But here's the rail again over here. Now all this is watch this. If I come over to here and I make the newel. The newel is the very tall columns, and I can make it. That's 7 foot tall. Make it 8 foot tall. Watch this. It should go up. Let's see, it went up to 8 foot. Now it's 8 foot tall. And those are the newels. And they're square, and I made them 240 inches on, they're 10 foot on center right there, okay? And how big are they? They're 16 inches wide. And I think, and because they're square, they're going to be 16 by 16. Suppose I make them, well, I don't know. Can I make them rectangular? I don't know. I suppose I could. I suppose I could. But right now, newel width is 16 inches wide, so they're going to be 16 inches square. I can make them round if I want. See, now they're going to be round. Believe me, they're 16-inch diameter and round, but I'm going to make them square because that's what I want. And do I have a rail? I think there's a rail on top of this thing, but it's a 4x2 rail, but I don't see where's the material? I don't even see, oh, because they're panels. Because I want to see, now I made those things taller, and if I want, I can come over here and I can make the railing height taller. I can make that's 96. I can make this, which is 8 foot. I'm gonna make this 9 foot. Watch this. Now the railing itself is taller. You got that? And look what happens here. This funny thing right here. In fact, ooh, check that out. Look at these. Look at these things. I don't get that, man. They don't go all the way down to the ground anymore, do they? Is that weird? Make it 7 foot. Now they go all the way down to the ground, you think? Yeah, now they go all the way. Huh, it's weird. I didn't realize that. How about you? Watch this. I'm just playing with this raised bottom rail. Raise the bottom rail up 12 inches. Now watch what happens. See, now the bottom of the wall is raised up. I don't want it to be raised up. I want it to go all the way down to the ground, so I don't raise it up, and I put it like this. Now I'm about to show you something that's really kind of cool in a second, I think. So now I want this wall to be only 24 inches tall. So instead of railing height, the railing height's in the center, right? Now I'm making 24 inches tall, right? And I'm going to talk to you about how I chose this. Yeah, now it's 24 inches on top. Now, what kind of material is this made out of? Materials. The panel is CMU site wall rotated. It's running block. But the newels are CMU site wall. See how these things run like this? My point is the texture gets rotated depending upon whether it's on the wall itself or on the pilaster. So you just copy the material. I just took the CMU site wall, copied it, and made it rotated, R-O-T, rotated. And so now it looks good. And you can see in this picture why it's rotated, okay? Now here, this is the Glenn Woodward trick, and this is really kind of cool. Watch this, Now suppose I want glass in between those pilasters. Well, I'm going to give it a rail. And I want the rail to be 1 inch thick, and I want the rail to be 5 foot tall, I think. You think I'm going to do it right? These are panels. That's the difference here. Let me see if I can do this. I don't want it to be, I want it to be solid. Oh man, come on. I'm going to put this on pause. Okay, sorry about that. I'm not sure if I can do what I thought I was going to do. Because this is, fucking computer's overloaded. I don't know why it's overloaded. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to create, you know, a piece of glass on top of this wall. And to do that, that piece of glass is actually a railing. It's a railing. It's 1 inch wide and it's 48 inches tall. Because if I make it 12 inches tall, you'll see what happens. And now you got to keep in mind that what is selecting this whole thing? That's the total height, and that includes the railing. So if you want 2 foot of block and then 2 foot of glass on top, make it 48 inches. 48 inches tall, but make the rail 24 inches tall, and then now it's going to be half and half. You see that right there? Now this is a railing. Now I thought Glenn had done this, and I had done it too, but see, it's not following the terrain. And why isn't it following the terrain? Because I can't check follow terrain. So if I check panels, now I can make it follow terrain. Does that make any sense to you? So now I can make it follow terrain, but it has to be panels. See, now it follows that thing. Now, by the way, if I look at this wall, see that wall, how thin it is? Now I need to make the newels, because this is glass. I make it 0.25. Now it's a piece of glass. And I guess there's several ways of doing this. So it's a wall on top of a wall, or a molding polyline to make this what I really want here. I want my newel height to be 7 foot to match the other ones. I think the other ones are 7 foot tall. And I want my newels to be, see, my newels are, how big are my newels? Oh, width, 8, not 16. I can make it 16 if I want. So it's going to be 16 inches square, which is the other size of my column. See that right there? And I don't have it lined up perfectly in line, but you get the idea. And then the baluster width, I make that 8 inches thick, and now I got that 8-inch wide wall there. And now I can simply change that material. See, I think this right here, the wall type is an 8-inch CMU fence. I call it a fence. I just renamed it a fence just so I knew what it was going to be. Well, now what's this right here made out of? Oh, 8-inch CMU. Is that the block stem wall? Oh. Okay. Yeah, is that the? Oh, I think I inadvertently changed the material. Let me see if I can change the material back to what it should be. Use default material right there. Not good. Hey, why is that brown? Materials. The panels. Oh, because the panels override what kind of wall it is. So I want, what was it, 8-inch CMU fence? Is that what I was calling it? Oh, CMU site wall. Yeah. Let's see it. Oh, it's got to be 8-inch CMU site wall rotated. That's the panel. The panel has to be 8-inch CMU site wall rotated. Now I'm trying to turn it into what I already have. I'm trying to match it. And what I really want to do is I wanted to put glass on here, and I thought but maybe with the Glenn Woodward method, it's actually a wall on top of a wall. So anyway, so the problem with doing fences like this is you really have very little control of the spacing of these columns. How did I specify the spacing of the columns? 240 inches on center, and that's what they work out to be. And then you can put you can put a gate in there if you want. Control C, Control V, put a gate right there. And so now I got a gate in there. You got what I'm saying? And I'm doing all sorts of kind of. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool fence. And actually, I think I want that fence to be raised up. I want the rail style to be raised up 4 inches, just off the how about 8 inches? Gives a chance for the rabbits to come and go. Yeah. And change the material and do all of that. So you see how we're doing with dealing with the walls. And I apologize for not being able to the glass. I want to put the glass. I want to put the glass in here. I'll show you one way of doing the glass. And this is the other plan I was going to show you right here. And it's talking about the walls. H. Lower framing. Let's go to the floor plan. And I'll show you. Right here. See, H. This is kind of a similar situation, but it was built differently. That's the point. This site wall was built differently. If it ever shows up, I'll show you. Bleh, 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 bleh. Oh, God. Yeah, here it is, right here. Now, how was this site wall built right here? Well, this right here is a retaining wall. I just put that a retaining wall on level 1. And then I built these P-solids. These are just P-solids. That cap's a P-solid, and this cap's a P-solid. And they're not all spaced equally, so I can control the spacing. And then what's this right here? These slats, these wood slats right there, those wood slats are actually a moldy polyline. And what's attached to it? Molding number 1. And what's molding number 1? Oh, no. That's the top rail. That's the top rail. This. Oh. That's not a very good explanation. It's actually, how do I explain this? Let me see if I can, okay, move a copy of it, 10 feet down the page, minus 10 feet. See, that's what that is. And it has 2 molding profiles attached to it. One's this right here, which is the top rail. And so I'm going to change that to a concrete. God, I wish I knew what I was doing. Plan material, red brick. And this is just the top rail. The very top rail. See that? That's the very top rail. And this right here, all these slats is actually and if I pull over this right here, it's rail. Oh, what did I call this? Give me a second, I'll think of it. Part of this problem is, what did I call it? I don't know. Molding. Molding 1. Oh, fence panel. Okay, fence panel. I'll show you what that looks like. Fence panel. That's it right there. See that? Can you see that? I really built this out of P-solids, about 10 or 12 of them, and each one about 12 foot long or something. There it is. You see that? And I turned that into a molding. I used a simple tool, turned it into a molding. I added that onto the molding. And that's how I got those things. And so, actually, if I wanted to, watch this. If I want to, I can take this molding, delete that molding right there, delete it, okay? Now you're just going to see the top rail. See, just the top rail. And now I can come back in and add another molding, and this might be what I was, another way of doing what I was trying to do earlier. And I go to my moldings, molding number 2, okay, and it's going to be how about 1, just 1, and make it, I think it's 5 foot, and it's 5 foot to the top, 5 foot to the top, and this is going to be glass. Molding number 2. GLAS gray, perfect. See, now I got my glass, and now I put that on top of the wall, so it's out of a molding, and so that's one way I could have done that. So we get the idea. I can move this back into place and take it to place of this other thing right here. Now I have glass. I'm not quite sure I understand why. That's the end of part 2.